Hello again everyone, it's me Johnny. I want to thank you for checking out my channel, and today I want to talk to you about everything is in a seed. For me, this is something that is an awesome topic when you really start to understand it. I did a lecture on this at one time and got a great response from it, and I wanted to share it with you on the power, or everything's in a seed. Everything that a seed needs to reproduce itself is already in there. So here I have an avocado. All right, I'm going to use this as an illustrated message. Here, within this avocado, there's a seed. All right, everything in this seed is already programmed so it can reproduce after itself. It's just human nature, it's just a common law of the universe, whatever way you want to look at it. But everything that's needed for it to reproduce itself is already in here. It's already programmed. They don't have to write a program for it unless they want to do a GMO, but we're talking about natural things that if you put it in the ground and fertile ground, you put water in it, you speak to it, it's going to grow to whatever, just how it's programmed, and it's going to reproduce an avocado tree. Just like this is soursop. Soursop has tons of seeds and a lot of seeds in it, in case you have ever seen it, but I'm trying to show you, but this is a soursop seed, if you can see that. But everything within this to reproduce after itself is already in the seed. You sow this seed, you're going to produce a soursop tree. Here I have an orange. Within the orange, there's orange seeds. Plant a seed in the ground, everything it needs to do, everything is in the seed. It's programmed to reproduce after itself. This is programmed to reproduce after itself. This is programmed to reproduce after itself. You're not going to plant this in the ground and get an apple tree. It doesn't work like that. Here I have a papaya, right? Look at all the seeds on the inside. And within this, those seeds, it will produce what it's programmed to do after itself, a papaya tree, right? A plant, whatever you want to call it, right? Inside this Granny Smith apple, there's seeds within here. You sow it in the ground, it's going to reproduce, it's going to bring fruit of whatever it's programmed to do. It's already wired to do that. It already knows how to do it by itself. All you have to do is show some love to it, put it in some fertile ground, and give it some water. All right. Same thing with mango. A mango in here has a seed in it. What does it do? It's programmed to reproduce after itself. And whatever you're not going to plant this and get a banana tree. You'll get a mango tree. It'll reproduce after his kind. All right. All these fruits. The same way I look at it when we deal with toxic thoughts and negative thoughts, because I believe thoughts are seeds that are planted in your mind. And whatever you meditate on, that's what you're going to reproduce. It'll reproduce after itself. Whatever you want to do, whatever. Remember, these things are all wired to do one thing. Everything they need in it is to reproduce after itself. You're wired to love. All right? Every cell in your body already knows how to love. It's programmed to love. No one has to teach you how to do it. But one thing we don't do and don't understand yet, I think a lot of people, we don't know how to love ourselves. But you're wired to love. The one thing you're going to thirst for throughout your lifetime is to be loved. And you're already wired to do that. So when you start meditating on toxic thoughts, okay, toxic thoughts are already programmed to reproduce after themselves. Unless you do an intervention in the way you think and start meditating on positive thoughts to rewire your brain. Okay, you can sow negative seeds in your mind and reproduce doubt, unbelief, envy, strife, hate, anger. Okay, from those you'll have toxic thoughts. From that you'll have dis-ease because your temple or your body will be out of whack. All right, instead of singing a positive song in the universe, because your body works like a symphony, you'll be out of whack. You'll be off a little bit, and you'll be spewing hatred amongst yourself in your brain, and then you'll be mean to other people and hurt other people with your words. And so, just like I have to water this to give life to it, because it's already programmed, I'm going to use a little analogy here. And here I have a bowl, and I put some Alka-Seltzer tablets in here. And it's just an analogy to show you what happens to your mind, or what are you doing to yourself with negative thoughts and seeds. So the Alka-Seltzer tablets represents seeds, negative thoughts in your head, all right, that you constantly think about. Nobody loves me. I'm not worthy. Everyone hates me. whatever it is, you're giving birth to those things. And just like I said, when you give water to this thing in fertile grounds, it's going to grow. Just like it is. When I give fresh water to this, it's going to grow. So I'm going to add some water here. And let me see if I can get this going. So like I said, this is just regular tap water. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to use, this is just sparkling water we're going to add to this. All right. Do you see the fizzles that are going on? That's what's happening to your brain. All the negative thoughts, all the envy. That's what's going on. Those are the seeds in your brain that's going off over and over and over again. It's just fizzling, just boiling. It's acidic. You don't have peace in your life. You're not in harmony with self. You're not in harmony with the universe. This is what happens to you when toxic thoughts invade your mind. And all you're doing is toxicity after toxicity after toxicity. This is what's going on. So when instead of loving myself, because that's how I'm wired to perform, I choose to hate. And this is what's going on in my mind. This is what's going on, constantly pulling toward the negative, to negative. So instead of having beautiful thoughts, we have negative thoughts. You see that? See how that's growing? Now, if I really wanted to get negative, now disease kicks in. Just a couple of chops of that. And we're going to add some more. Now dis-ease comes into play after a while, unless you can control your thought life. And that comes through spending time by yourself, learning to love you, positive affirmations. You have to get your vertical relationship as well as your horizontal relationship geared up. That way you can step into the true you of who you really are. You don't have to please anyone but yourself. Start by loving you. Start spending time with yourself. Start meditating. Learn to meditate. The good book says, meditate upon my word day and night. All right, it tells you what to meditate on. What is it? What is the good book? It's also known the word of God or the seed. Right? It's the same thing. When you say daily affirmations, according to that book, it's going to grow. It's going to reproduce after itself. It's powerful what I just said. That is powerful. If you can get what I'm saying, it's when you say, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. All right? I am the head and not the tail. I can go on for hours just on positive things because we're wired to love ourselves. The conversation that we have the most throughout the day is with ourselves, our inner self. What's that conversation like? What are you really saying to yourself? That you'll end up with disease if it's continued. Arthritis, diabetes, cancers, what else I say? Arthritis, diabetes, cancers, you name it. It's going to happen. It's going to continue to wear you down because negative thoughts suppress your immune system. All right, then you add negative foods with all the chemicals, additives in it, it's even worse. And what I can tell you is daily affirmations, learning to spend time with yourself. For me, what works is prayer and meditation. And I've learned to love myself. I learned to put myself first. It didn't happen overnight, and it's not going to it takes time. I haven't arrived yet. I'm still working on me. The most important thing right now is to get my heart right, and the way I perceive things. I don't snap like I used to, but it's a process, and going through the process of this, learning how to heal your body. Your body is a mechanism that knows how to heal itself because it was planted as a seed. It already knows. And if you want to sing a negative song, because your body is a symphony, it works, everything, every organ and all the cells work in harmony. And you want to sing a positive symphony in the universe. What I mean by that, when you leave the room or you come into a room, people are happy to see you there. When you leave the room, the atmosphere changes because you're not there. That's powerful. When you learn to understand that everything you need to be prosperous or abundant is already in the inside of you, you need the key to unlock it. And that comes through spending time alone by yourself and finding out who you really are. Well, I'm going to end it here. I know it's a quick message, but I hope this helps you and blesses you. And remember, you're alive, but are you really living the life that you want to live? It's all up to you by the choices that you choose. It's all about a choice. You can either clean water on this seed and let it reproduce after itself, or you have a choice, negativity, and it'll end up with disease. God bless you guys, and take care.